back to Homeschool and Life, and this is Amanda. And today I'm excited because I'm going to be going over our third grade curriculum picks for the year. I just love teaching third grade. This will be my fourth time to do third grade. So, and I don't know if I'm reusing anything. I probably had plenty of stuff, leftover curriculum from all the years of homeschooling that I probably could have done it, but I just couldn't help myself, or done it without buying anything, but I just couldn't help myself. Just like you've seen on maybe some of my other planning videos, this is how I kind of go. I've got their name at the top, the days of the week, and these are their subjects. And we do like to have a flow and a rhythm to our day, but my kids like really thrive off of these papers because they just like check mark the things done as they finish. And so this is what I'm going to use. I'm just going to go through our subject list to help me stay on track for what we're using this year. At the top of my third graders list is his math. This is why my videos are so late coming up, being published this year, is because I was waiting for all my stuff to get in the mail. This is his math. We are going to be using Saxon 3, and it's still in the package. I used Saxon for third grade for all the rest of my kids, and so we're going to just continue on it. Saxon works very well, in my opinion, like the way the teaching is laid out, the teacher books, things like that. So that's what I'm going to be using. Very cut and dried. I like doing the Saxon lessons. Along with Saxon Math, I'm also going to be doing Rocket Math. Rocket Math is like just a very cheap app that we use on the iPad. It takes them like just a few minutes a day, and you know, it's just a app where it's working on fluency of things. So that's what we're going to do for math. Then language arts is going to be, I've got a lot of stuff for language arts, and so I'm going to pull from quite a bit. So I'm going to use level 3, the good and the beautiful, language arts for him, the whole kit. I'm even doing their handwriting. It's got like a mix of print and cursive, and I think that would be good for him because he can print really well, and we also dabbled in cursive last year, so this is going to be a mix. Usually I would use the like the pre-scripts with like the classical conversations like spiral thing to go with whatever history or whatever we're doing, but I decided to do this year. I've done the good and the beautiful language arts like for the 4th and 5th grade range, and it worked really well with some of my previous children, so I am going to try it. So this will be my first time. But like the way that it worked, well, the way this one is, it has everything with it: your reading, your grammar, your spelling, literature, geography, art, and just the way it cycles through each lesson. But I love IEW writing, and so I couldn't help myself, and I went ahead and I bought Adventures in Writing IEW. It's one of the only ones for that age level that I have not done. So I think the way I'm going to use this is, before when I would use this, we would do one writing project a week. But because I'm using the good and the beautiful, I still want to teach this writing. So we are probably only going to do this every other week. So he'll have 1 week on and 1 week off with this. But I just love the way that it teaches writing, and I'm going to keep with it. And I'm also going to add in Fix-It grammar for him too. So I know that seems like a lot, your language arts, your IEW, and your Fix-It, because this in itself could be like a language arts, but I'm going to structure it to where it's not overwhelming, where we're just getting a little bit of grammar practice, and like he's going to be able to write this story down, and that might only be 2 or 3 days a week. So it'll just be fluffed in, I guess you could say, but this is what I'm going to use for my spine. I already told you handwriting. I just went with the good and the beautiful. I looked at the sample pages online, and I thought that it would fit where he's at, so I just went ahead and grabbed it. His history this year is going to be American history, and so I went with the Knotgrass middle school-ish American history. So he's technically third grade. I think this was recommended for like 4th through 8th grade, but I'm going to do it anyway. And I think Knotgrass is a pretty good company. We did American history Knotgrass for the high school level, and after going through and like seeing how that company does things and how it's laid out, I think I'll be able to do a better job with this. But I also have the Sunlight American History for his age group. And I went back and I looked over it because I think that's what I used for my other kids. And the reading list is amazing from there. And so I still have that curriculum, and I think I'm going to go back and I'm going to use all of those read alouds with him. I'm not usually a read a book twice person, but some of my older children were like, Mom, do you not remember when we read that? Or you've got to read that to Lane. And so he's going to be getting this, and then our read alouds are going to be very much American history based. Like we're going to read Carry On Mr. Bowditch again, and I'm trying to think of some of the we're going to read Johnny and Tremaine. That's a good one that all of my kids liked. And I think Justin Morgan had a horse, and just several good literature books, which I know Knotgrass has some literature suggestions too, so I haven't looked through them and see what they are yet, but that's going to be our history spine for 3rd grade, even though it's a level up. But I feel like you can teach your history in a storytelling way. That's going to be good for that. So science. See, y'all are probably thinking I'm crazy here, but I did 2 sciences too. So I have never used like a textbook type science. So I'm going to use 2 different things. And the reason I was able to do this is because I had so much curriculum already. So it's not like I was having to buy 2 things because I already had something. So I went ahead and I just picked up the level 3 Adventures in Science master books because I looked through it and like they changed the topics. It looks like it's very much on his level. Reading it looks like it would be very simple and enjoyable science where maybe I just supplement maybe some YouTube videos or a project, and like it's like a general science. So you're getting lots of different topics. But Lauren and I, we try to do like some of our science and history together with our kids. So when we get together, we can do, you know, some projects. We had talked about switching back and going back through an Apologia. And so I already have these. I've had these, you know, forever. And if you've never had the Exploring Creation series through Apologia, it is so good. It is so interesting, and there's like it's just good. They have good project ideas and everything like that. And I've got the junior notebooking, and this is going to be my I'm kind of funny. I've never actually used it, and I've had it, but since this is my last one, we're going to actually use it. So our year is going to be deep dive into mammals and then the general science. And again, it might be something to where I do this for a week or so and then switch over and do the other one for a week or so. Just because, to be honest with you, very honest, sometimes I get very bored of doing like mammals for a whole year or flying creatures for a whole year. And I have another zoology curriculum back there that I've got good stuff with. So I guess what I'm saying is I have so much, and I'm just going to use both because in the 3rd grade I can do that. Spelling. The spelling is incorporated into the Good and the Beautiful, but I noted, and they even have like a little spelling practice book, but I noticed with this particular child, like spelling is not a super natural thing. And so another one of my children were not very natural spellers. And so I did spelling zoo with them for 2 or 3 years, and it helped tremendously. And so I still have all the spelling zoo stuff. I still got the MP3s, all the things. So I'm actually going to have him go through spelling zoo. And I think I can link, I've got a whole video on why I like spelling zoo. And so the spelling words in the Good and the Beautiful, we're going to use them for, you know, vocabulary and how it's incorporated in. But I'm not going to be having them write them and practice them because we're going to stick with spelling zoo. So see, I'm all over the place. But it just makes me so thankful and so grateful, like just for being able to homeschool, because I'm able to pick and choose what's going to work best. The next thing on his list, I have reading with mom. That's going to be more my literature where I'm reading aloud to him, and when I'm having him read chapter books out loud to me. The reason I just put it on their list is because I don't want them to forget. So when they're like, hey, I'm done with all my work, I'll be like, did you look at your list? And they'll be like, oh yeah, I need to do read with mom. And I think sometimes I would put that as lessons with mom or whatever, like if we were going to do flashcards or anything, but that's going to be part of our day. Oh man, I have something on here I didn't even get out to show you. So I put health on here. I have, and it's one of those things that I got last year or maybe even the year before. And I was overloaded in our schoolwork, so I wasn't able to actually do it. But my older two are taking Apologia's health and nutrition. And so I do have like a health and nutrition book that is like more for my third graders age. And I am going to be doing that, but I'm going to incorporate it more into like our book basket, our morning or our group time, where maybe I'm not doing it every day, but because the older ones are going to be getting that information, I thought it'd be good to bring him with it too. And I have a book that's age appropriate for him, but I didn't get it out for you, but I'll link it. See, it's a good thing I'm going over my list. Next thing is typing. Oh, I just realized, oh no, I did put it on there. I see it, never mind. Typing is, I think I use, I don't know, Typing Instructor. I have like an online typing program that we use. It's okay. I'm not going to say that I love it. So I've kind of been looking into some other things, but we are going to be doing some typing because it's time that he needs to be able to learn to do that. And then down here at the bottom of my list, I paid for a year of Not Zookeeper in the spring. I need to go look and see when my thing expires, maybe February or March. So I still am going to be subscribed to that all the way till next spring. So I've just got these X's here because that's where it says Not Zookeeper. I'm going to let him do that on Fridays again. He seemed to really enjoy that, and so that's going to be like a Friday treat for X amount of minutes. So if you've never tried it, it's pretty good. I guess we didn't do it too long because I bought it in the spring, and then we did it, you know, every Friday until school got out, and so they seem to just really enjoy it. The next thing is Bible. So last year I bought from Not Consumed, like I just bought a whole bunch of Bible studies, and I think all my kids have already done 2, and I have 2 of them still unopened that I'm still gonna have them do. One is the Fruit of the Tongue, and one of them is like a Exercising Your Faith study. This is one that I usually just set out, and like they're trying to do it on their own in the morning because it's real simple and very age appropriate. But as far as like, so that's going to be his on his own. But as far as like a Bible study, my big kids we're doing the book of John, like an in-depth Bible study. So I found this is K Author's Jesus in the Spotlight, and it's based on John chapter 1 through 10. And I thought that I would do this with my younger one, again, during our group book basket time. And if he's doing a John study with the big kids, he might really like that or be able to follow along with us, even though the bigger ones are doing a more in-depth study. I think that's about everything. One thing, I'm going to include this on my group subjects, our family subjects video, but because I forgot to include it in my 8th grade one because I didn't have it laying on my table. It was put up and I didn't want to run and get it. But this is an Elements of the Faith book. It's way too old for my 3rd grader, but I think it would still be good for him to sit in on because it's going to basically go through the periodic table and just kind of intro that to everybody. But that's a little bit older for him. It'll be more in our group time. So I hope that's not overwhelming to you, like all my like 2-for-1 subjects. I hope that would be like encouraging to you, that you don't have to like pick one curriculum and start it from start to finish. I know that's hard for some people, but like especially in these 3rd grades, I would say like 4th grade and down, like it is joyful to be able to switch around on some things. And I also think like with me switching some of my sciences and things, like it'll keep him very engaged throughout the year. And oh, sorry, here's a book just on my table. It's called The Elements. It's going to be in my group time. So I'm going to make a whole nother video so you can see like what kind of stuff are we going to do as a whole group. But that's the nutshell for my 3rd grade boy, and I am pretty excited about this year. So if you have any curriculum questions or anything like that, just throw them in the comments and I'll try to answer them. We'd love for you to like this video and subscribe to our channel, and thank you so much for watching.